in Osama City. You're watching One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with information, news, sports, and public affairs. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with love. Ang telebisyong pangmasa. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. One TV special report.
Out of 38 regular members of the CPOC or the City Peace and Order Council regular members, we have 21 present. Mr. Chair, thank you.
There being 21 members present out of 38, the Chair declares a quorum for POC, for Peace and Order Council. Please proceed to the roll call of the CADAC. Ma'am Ilya, can you do the roll call, please?
Say present if your name is called for the attendance of the City Anti-Drug Abuse Council. Honorable Sam Norman G. Fuentes, Honorable Simplicia O. Neri, Honorable Attorney Marcelian C. Tapayan,
Present.
Honorable Catherine C. Lim, Honorable Salvador C. Canlas Jr., Honorable Janfield Duhay Lungsod, City Administrator Ms. Rotesa Grace Wano, Chief of Police, Osami City Police Station, PLT Call Harvey S. Abellanosa, City Prosecutor's Office, Attorney Cherime Mamaog, or any representative, CLGOO, DILG, Mr. Edgel Vedra, OIC, City Social Welfare Department Officer, Mr. Raji Gomez, our representative, our Ms. Penelo Insugo and Ma'am Amor Gomez, School Division Superintendent, Dr. Lorena Serrano, any representative, from the City Health Office, Dr. Maria Florelin Erog, represented by Mr. Rayvern. City Information Office, Ms. Dazzle Tixon. Okay. Provincial Officer, PDEA. Any representative? None. City Jail Warden, Jeffrey Rebles, represented by Sir Mikulog. Then, Regional Trial Court Judge Mary Faith Monte de Ramos, or any representative. City Parole and Probation Office, Ma'am Verna Zapatos, present. Representative from Couples for Christ, Lorjus M. Calyao. From the National Chaplain of the Philippines, Osami City Chapter, any representative? None. From the Osami City National High School, Multi-Purpose Cooperative, Alfred Barrientos. Representative from Public Teachers, Ma'am Annalyn Ingracia. CADAC Support Staff, Ma'am Analiza Moralion and Ma'am Kisha Marie Araya. So, from 26 regular members, there are 15 numbers of attendees.
There being 15 members present out of 26, the Chair declares a quorum for the City Anti-Drug Abuse Council. We now proceed to roll call for the CDDRMC. Sir Dondon, please proceed to roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Please say present if your name is called. Honorable Attorney Mars Tapayan, sir.
Present.
Ms. Rotesa Grace Wano. Police Lieutenant Colonel Harvey Abilinosa of the PNP OCPS. First Lieutenant Mark Joseph Abad, represented by Mike Coxon of the Alpha Company, Philippine Army. Okay. Mr. Angel Bedra, our Operations Officer of the DILG. Engineer Joan Beltran of the CPDO, represented by Ma'am Marjorie. Mr. Raji Gomez, any representative from the CPDO? Okay. CSWD, yes ma'am. Okay, thank you. Ma'am Evelyn Umilda, represented by Ma'am Bronquillo of the City Budget Office. Ma'am EC Hope Dimal of our City Accountant. Ma'am Julie Napigkit, our Acting City Treasurer. Any representative? Okay. Any representative from the City Engineering Office to represent Engineer? Yes, sorry. So, Engineer Mary Murray Alianic, ma'am. Good afternoon. Engineer Dr. Lorena Serrano of the Schools Division Superintendent. Okay. Mr. Paquito Gasal, represented by Ma'am Ligi Biliot, our sa City Agriculture's Office. Okay. Dr. Maria Florilyn Irog-Irog, our City Health Officer. Okay, may representative. And yours really, that's from the CDRMO. Engineer Froilan Bundaco of SEMO. Okay. Mr. Samuel Cristota, represented by Junais Brasa. Okay. From the City Assessor's Office. Dr. Lorjos Calyao, our City Veterinarian Officer. Ms. Lilita Navarez, our City Nutrition Action Officer. Okay. Sir Joy Ampong, our CTMS Head. Chief Inspector Lloyd Villaroya, our City Fire Marshal of the BFP. Jail Senior Inspector Jeffrey Ribles, our City Jail Warden of the BJMP. Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am. Police Major Luceno Labaris, represented by PCMS Pablo Prosia of the City Airport Police. Police Major Joel Isik, our Station Chief of the PNP Maritime. Na represented, yes sir, good afternoon. Police Lieutenant Colonel Jenrick Hilot, our 2nd PMFC Force Commander. 2nd PMFC na representative. Okay. Lieutenant, okay, from the Coast Guard Substation, Sir Reynel Sumampong. Engineer Roel Christian Agustero, the General from the Muelsi, represented by Sir Vicente Rupinta. Okay. From the Mode Prime Water, Ronilo Balatero. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Engineer Salvador Dilina, our Port Manager of the PPA. Any representative from PPA? Okay, good afternoon, sir. Sir Asher Ithamar Anlunar of the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Sir, good afternoon. Okay. Mr. Mark Gallo of the Red Cross. Any representative? Okay. Mr. Nelson Quarisma of the Coastline, an NGO. Okay. Mr. Reneboy Faborada of Recon Philippines. Good afternoon, sir. Dr. Orbis Paglinawan of Alert Philippines. Or any representative from Alert. Ma'am Elvira Tan of the Osamis Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sir Taquito, may hapon, sir. Okay. Mr. Chair, of the 39 regular members of the CDRRM Council, we have 20. Okay.
You might miss some newcomers, latecomers. Basig na inabot nga wala mapil.
Yeah, nabutan na. Yes, sir. Okay. I think we have 35, sir. We have 35 of the
Out of-
39 regular members of the CDRRM Council, Mr. Chair.
There being 35 members present out of 39 members total, the chair declares a quorum for City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. We'll now proceed to our items of the agenda. First, updates on peace and order situation of the city. We'll have the presentation first by the Philippine National Police on our peace and order. Sir Chief Alvin Nosa, please proceed.
Good afternoon to our presiding officer. Good afternoon to the members of this August body. Good afternoon.
Before that, sir, may I request that the chair request that our presentation will be more or less 5 minutes, more or less.
Yes, sir.
Para di tama.
Yes, sir.
Malangay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, permission to proceed directly on my presentation, Mr. Chair. This is the sequence of my presentation, the peace and order situation, operational accomplishments, issues and concerns, and recommendation. For our peace and order situation, from January to March 10, 2026, the city reported a total of 60 crimes. This figure underscores the continuous efforts of law enforcement agencies to monitor, prevent, and respond to criminal activities within the community. This comparison shows the total number of crimes reported from January to March 10 for 2025 and 2026. In 2025, there were 56 crimes, while in 2026, the number rise to 60, with 4 crime increase or 7.14% compared to 2025. This comparison shows the total number of crimes recorded from January to March 10 for 2025 and 2026, focusing on the peace and order indicator and public safety index. Peace and order indicator incident increased from 54 to 56 in 2026, 2% rise, while public safety index incident doubled from 2 in 2025 to 4 in 2026, 100% increase. For our operational accomplishments, law enforcement continued efforts to maintain peace and public safety are evident in its operational achievement in the campaign against loose firearms. During the reporting period, 6 operations resulted in the arrest of 3 individuals and the confiscation of 6 firearms, including 5 small arms and 1 long firearms. This accomplishment demonstrates the authorities' commitment to suppressing illegal firearms and strengthening community security. The images display the confiscated firearms turned over to the authorities as part of the ongoing campaign against illegal loose firearms. Next, for our campaign against illegal drugs, during the specified period, law enforcement authorities in Sami City conducted a total of 18 buy-bust operations, 1 checkpoint operation, and 1 search warrant implementation. This operation led to the filing of 38 cases and arrest of 21 individuals involved in illegal drug trade, approximately with 71.1 grams of illegal drugs confiscated with a street value of 483,480 pesos. This successful operation reflects our relentless efforts in combating illegal drugs and a clear message that illegal drugs have no place in Osami City. For our accomplishments against wanted person. Our team successfully conducted 20 operations through the service of warrant of arrest. These efforts led to the arrest of 22 other wanted persons. For our accomplishment against illegal gambling, so the law enforcement, Osami CPS conducted operation against illegal gambling activities with a total of 4 operations, resulting to the arrest of 9 individuals, and a case filed from these operations led to the confiscation of bet money amounting to 3,740. For our accomplishment on the implementation of curfew ordinance, for the current period, the Osami City Police Station were able to conduct 25 operations, which resulted to the apprehension of 87 adults and rescued 23 minors. For our accomplishment in the implementation of smoking in public, for the current period, we are able to conduct 59 operations, which resulted to the apprehension of 103 individuals. For our accomplishment in drinking in public, Osami City Police Station were able to conduct 4 operations, which resulted to the apprehension of 11 individuals. For the implementation of traffic ordinance, or Republic Act 4136, we were able to issue 2,415 traffic citation tickets and issued 26 TOPs and impounded 7 motor vehicles and 51 motorcycles. And for our issues and concern, one of the primary issues identified is the proliferation of smuggled cigarettes within, not only within the city, but the whole region. The illegal entry, distribution, and sale of these products not only deprive the government of rightful tax revenues, but also undermine legitimate business that with national regulation. This ongoing problem poses challenge to law enforcement efforts and affects public health and safety, especially for the filing of appropriate cases. For our recommendation, we respectfully request the City Council to consider enacting a city ordinance prohibiting, controlling, and penalizing the sale of this contraband within our city's jurisdiction. This ordinance will strengthen the local enforcement agencies to take decisive action against individuals or groups involved in the illegal cigarette trade. It will also demonstrate the city's firm commitment to supporting national laws on taxation, public health, and anti-smuggling initiatives. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Reynosa, sir, for your good report. If there are any questions, submissions, and comments, clarification from the members of BOC, Honorable Luciso, please. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We have seen the report of the PNP, especially on the drug-related cases, and we have also noticed along the social media that warag kada adlaw na ay madakpan, na ay mabaybas nga mga small time nga mga living individuals. May we ask from the PNP, Sir Harvey, like, does this mean nga nanaghan ang atoang mga users or nanaghan ang trading sa shabu sa Osamis, or the other way around?
Sir Harvey, please respond.
May hapon, sir. Dili man na siya pasabot nga nanaghan, sir, no? Kung naatay madakpan every day. It is just our law enforcers, the police, are doing their job. Makaingon manggod ta nga almost every day natay madakpan. Tungod manggod siya sa kanang easy access na bitaw. Dili pareha sa una nga pag mo palit sila og shabu outside sa atoa, moagi pa sila og barge, maglisod sila og kuan, dugay sila maabot or daghan ang ilahang dalhon kay para kasaan na lang nga balikan ba. But karon manggod na manggod tay tulay. So makaingon pud ta nga small time kay gamay ra ang sa tawag ani, gamay ra ang ma-confiscate nato ato madakpan. Kay di kung ikaw si pusher dili na pud ka magbitbit og daghan. Anong magbitbit magkagdaghan nga delikado man. So pwede man kamo balik ugma. So gamay lang ang iyahang dalhon. Then most of our kanang nadakpan nato pinaagi na sa atong interview. Pag natay madakpan nga isa atong interview, diha na dayon magkatay-katay na dayon. So sa imong question sir nga kung nanaghan dili ay akong point is dili na siya wala man managhan sir. O wala man pud tungod lang gyud nga nagtrabaho ang atong police gabuhat sa iyahang duty. And then we are very sir kanang active kita sa pagdakop sa illegal nga droga. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Opposition speaks of small-time sellers of illegal drugs. Perhaps you could ask the source of these drugs. Are there any means we tried to exhaust para atong makita gyud asa yining source sa drugs nga atong mapangitag pagi nga masumpo ni ang source gyud kay mga small time man imong pumunta na opposition, di ba? Is there a possible plan ang source gyud atong maigo?
Yes, Mr. Chair, ako na nang gistorya previous pa na diri sa Osami City wala man gud ay source diri. So ang atong source is other neighboring province. So dili gud nato sila pwede madakop kay wala man sila sa ato ang AOR outside sa atong jurisdiction naman. But mo lagi kita naning kamot nga atong strengthen ang atong borders na kung makita ninyo sa atong operation sa akong gipresent natin nadakpan through checkpoint operation. So na ibal-an na to niagi sa ato ang border. So nadakpan na to. But sa source wala tay source dire.
So thank you sir. We are happy to know nga di na day Osamis ang source kay most of you knew that before Osamis is the Cebu capital of Mindanao, if not whole Philippines. No, we know that. So now at least wala ang source to it could be the neighboring provinces. So we're happy to know that, and we ask the people to cooperate, to report to the police or the public officials any action nga makahatag niyo kaluda, no? Nga naagi na involve nga illegal Cebu operation. So please, we ask the people of Osamis City to help us because this cannot be solved mainly by the police or the mayor. It needs total collaboration, collective action for all the people of Osamis. Para anyway, this all for our benefits. Kita tanan sa Osamis, mamalinawan ta. We sustain our peace and order in Osamis through collective efforts sa tanang gyud nga mga residente nga magtinabang ita nga tabang atong kabrasan nga ma-report gyud ni illegal drug operations kay naagi moabot tungod sa easy access Pangilbi dahil kayo we have Pangilbi Bridge, no? Sa kayo. So we don't have control sa neighboring provinces sa ilang mga anti-illegal drugs kape watay know-how, watay jurisdiction. So we better stop this in our own city by collective efforts of all the city residents. Thank you very much for that.
Your Honor, maybe.
Mr.
Chair, ang big kung magstorya mo kung big time, nagsugod yung gyapon na sila small time. So, mitras sa'yo pa, mitras small time pa sila, ato na silang giputol. So, mo na atong ginabuhat karon. Dili na nato paabton nga mo big time pa na sila nga pusher. That's all, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. The chair commends the efforts or sustain efforts by police sa city pagpugong sa droga, no? Pwede mo dako kay kaning gagmay kung ato ning dili atong ignore sagdahan mo dako ni mamahimong big time. So we're very thankful nga our police Osamis shifted all efforts all the way, no? Nga masubog in undergas, but we need the total cooperation sa mga residents para masubog na ito ang droga. We are now in Osamis, we have 15 barangays, but only 2 are drug free. Napay 19 barangays did drug free. Out of 430 barangays in the province, nanay mga, I think, 470 plus, 460 plus nga drug free na. So gamay na nabilin, Osamis ang kinadaghanan. Di tapatingan na kay Osamis grabe kaya atong dugas una. Kaya as I mentioned a while ago, we are called Sabaw Capital Mindanao. So we are happy now and we would like to sustain these efforts to help our police, no, in Osamis nga matabangan sila sa pagsumpo sa atong illegal nga duga. Thank you very much. Honorable Siso.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. With that, we would like to congratulate our PNP Osamis office for the intensified operations that they have done in our drug-related cases. But with that, Mr. Chair, can we request nga unta during the regional meeting with the regional director, maybe they could recommend also nga kung unsa ta ka-intensify sa Osamis, sa MISOC nga mag-operate, pagdakpon ang mga illegal drug activities, nganong sa ubang region, sa ubang provinces under Region 10 like Lanao or any other neighboring provinces, nganong di sila mag-intensify nga kung punta na ay intensification silang operation silang kagalingong munisipyo or provinces, dili na mga ni sa Osamis mamaligya. So with that request nga unta, dili lang kita maring kamot sa Osamis ug sa MISO, kundi sila pud unta sa other provinces. Maybe we could ask that a recommendation during the regional director meeting nga unta po din ana. Is that possible, Mr. Chair?
I believe our province and our city are endeavoring to bring that information to the region, no, para na collaborative efforts of all the provinces. Kay kung ang ubang provinces dili sila kakusog sama sa amin, apektahan ta, no, because doon naman guta na yung pag-bridge dahil kayo. So I think is noted, but anyway, Colonel Emnosa could respond to that if
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will let the request maabot sa mong provincial director. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Lim, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Akong question is, dagan ko follow-up question, Sir Harvey. Regarding sa atong crime rate, since nakita nato nga 4% lang ato ang sa ato ang data napakita. So, regarding sa curfew, since taas-taas na gud ang tuig nga nag-implement sa atong curfew, then naapod mo yung data sa mas daghan ang adult nga na ay citation ticket. And in connection to our economic growth sa Osamis, can you recommend sa inyo nga pwede na nato i-lift ang curfew sa adults and ang minors lang ang angayan nga naadjud po'y mga relatives or adult relatives gyud families nga accompanied nila ang mga minors. Kay tan-awon pud nato ang atong economic growth diri sa Osamis, medyo sa ako ang tan-aw sa gabi mingaw-mingaw sad makatabang man pod ang curfew sa mga gagmayng mga tindahan o sa atong other businesses, labi na sa mga sa tourism nato dinhi sa Osamis. Thank you.
Sir Harvey, you may respond.
Yeah. Yes, Sir Honor. Para sa among side, wala man may problema, ma'am. Mr. Chair, wala may problema og i-lift na to ang curfew. Okay ra sa amo.
Thank you, and thank you, Sir Harvey. And Mr. Chair, ang ako apod is, I would like to propose na kanang we will lift our curfew sa ato ang city. So we could have only for minors lang ang ato ang curfew, Mr. Chair, para sa atong economic growth also. Since from as verbalized by our hepe na kaya nila to control the city regarding the curfew. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Lim, we can discuss that with our city mayor with Sir Harvey about the lift of curfew only for the adults, not with the minors. So it's a good idea. We'll bring that up with the Mayor, Honorable Lim. Thank you very much. Honorable Siso, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The PNP office is requesting or recommending for an enactment of city ordinance in prohibiting or selling of smuggled cigarettes. So pending ma-approve to ang upcoming ordinance for this, Sir Harvey, what is now the status sa ato ang gipangdakop nga kuan? Wa patay na dakpan because wa patay pending ordinance or naa pero unsay nakita nato nga problema along the way nga ato ang prohibit ang mga smuggled cigarette nga maanhi sa ato ang syudad.
Yes, Mr. Chair, naman natay mga na-confiscate, naapod tay na mga abandon. But ang amo manggong dako nga problema, dilemma pud ani Mr. Chair kay ang pag-file sa kaso. Taas kayo ang proseso, and then pag-abot sa kuan sa court ma-dismiss lang siya. So ginabuhat naman ni sa other municipalities like Bukidnon na sila'y ordinansa nga mag-prohibit o magbaligya og mga kanang smuggled cigarette. So kung naanataan sa amo dali ra kayo, pwede i-confiscate na mo and then issuehan na to sila og kuan kanang citation. So then pag human na mo confiscate amo pong i-turn over sa customs BIR. So mao nang nag-request mi nga kung pwede unta naatay resolution about ani.
So we are aware that there's already a national law prohibiting smuggled cigarettes, but the point of Sir Harvey, it will be more onerous, no, kung ang national law enforce sa pwede na madakop yapon enforcement madakop, pero lahi ang posisyon if we proceed through an ordinance only locally, no. So we need to come up with an ordinance nga lokal para mabasihan sa kaso nga pag-reso sa mga smuggled cigarettes di na based on national law para mas dali ang posisyon nga himuon sa atong kabrisan. Ano mas dali. That's the point of Sir Harvey. Okay? So Sir Kerwin, you have the floor.
Good afternoon. I'm Kerwin from the Samis Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce. In continuation kay Konsehal Katkat, actually isa siya sa gina-request po sa especially sa members na mo sa Chinese Chamber na is it possible na kung i-raise i-lift na akong curfew because there are some businesses na let's say si 7-Eleven, they are required to be 24 hours bisan o wala gid sila ilusot bitaw they cannot change the rules of their franchise. So ang mahitabo during the times 10 o'clock until the morning, ang mahitabo medyo ubos gyud ang ilahang halin. So murag gabayan sila offset all the time para mabawi sa ilang boses. Now we understand atong police force is very tolerant when it comes to curfew. So as long as dili very suspicious dili man gyud di man nila idakop just because naning gawas ang mga tao, but naamang gud gyapon ang fear sa ato ang mga private sector na basin nga masulod sila sa criteria nga suspicious sila. So ang ila sigurong request is kung ma-lift gud siya completely, wala na gud ang fear at sa kanang ingana nga fear completely. Now example po sa isa ka pong instance is if I'm not mistaken, si Macdo requested for 24 hours. But I don't think gapadayon sila karon og 24 hours because dili ka sustain ang ilang volume. So mabuta nga ang tawo ra nga mamalit after curfew hours is katorang mga night shift ng mga employees. So ang isa man gud ka challenge nato sa economic aspect is kato mga people pod nga mahilig gid mo gawas ang mga panahon na, although I'm not one of them, but I understand there's a market for that bitaw. Ang naka-benefit is atong neighboring municipalities and cities kay they are open while we are closed. So ang ato ang mga businesses during let's say kato mga bars, convenience stores ka 24 hours wala nila na benefit ang oras, but si Tangob, let's say, or some people go as far as Oroquieta para mo enjoy sa ilahang nightlife, sila mo'y nakakuha sa to ang market. Now, ang private sector, based sa mo ang storya-storya, we're very confident in the capacity sa atong police force o sa atong LGU to enforce our peace and order. So, I agree with Konsehal Katkat na maybe if the city deems it to be possible or advantageous to us, kung pwede ma-lift ang curfew. Thank you.
Your good point, sir, is noted and well taken. Of course, we have here our city admin could always bring that out, our city mayor. So, our police chief, Sir Harvey, and I will try endeavor to talk with our city mayor to discuss the matter with him for the possible lifting of the curfew only for the adults. We are aware that Summit City is now very peaceful at night. In fact, in the previous 2 pistas every July, we have couple of activities every night. Ninggo ang mga tao, but the police reported 0 crime rate for 1 week. Wala gyud hitabo nga krimen, no? So that's very good observation. Ang Osamis gyud ready na for that atmosphere nga one night curfew, no? So we'll try to give it a valuable point in being up to the mayor, sir. So thank you very much. Honorable Gigi Canlas, you have the floor first, and then after you, Honorable Siso. You have the floor now, Honorable Canlas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon sa tanan. Mo suggest lang po ko bayan anang curfew ako lang i-specify nga within city proper lang unta kay kanang sa rural mga barangay murag kanang mga urasa magod tinto tamag por mao gini tingkawat dito manok. Oh, muna nga among bipat na amog yung iparubing ng mga orasa. Oh. Mahimo diri lang gid unta sa city proper nga ganang nay mga establishment nga kanang nag 24 hours.
So perhaps in our observations, our talk with the mayor, we can qualify, no? Sir Harvey, nga recommendation sa EBC President, you are more knowledgeable sa what is happening in the countryside. Nga magabi na mga wala nga mga binuhi. So we'll consider that. Thank you, Honorable Canlas, for that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Or Siso, and then after you, Sir Dundun.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. With the request on the new curfew hours, lifting, especially sa adult, then maintaining with the minor, Mr. Chair, may we ask from the PNP kay talking about 7-Eleven, narabatay more than 5 nga outlets 7-Eleven, and if they will be allowed to serve liquors, and then 5 ka outlets sa 7-Eleven, then daghan mag-inom, magbinuntagay, and then naapay mga soundbar, mga clubs, nga ilang bantayan. May we know from them kung kuan ba, Mr. Chair, kaya ba silang personnel to maintain peace and order with that volume nga mga adult nga magbinuntagay kung naa magigipang-serve ng liquor? Thank you.
Of course, ang 7-Eleven makaserve, makabaligyag liquor, sell, but not necessarily nga makaserve silang liquor within the premises. No, it needs an SOP to be. We have an ordinance on that. It needs approval of the Council to Public Hearing. It will undergo public hearing upon the commission of the CPDO. So we'll have that. So anyway, the Sarabi could respond to your query.
Mr. Chair, kami kung sama sa giingon ni Sir Kerwin, dili man kay ta stricto pag-abot sa curfew sa unless sa minor. Diha sa minor diha kita stricto. Well, kung mag-serve ang 7-Eleven o mamaligya sila, wala man siguro yung problema, but kung mag-inom na ka sa public kana diha na ka ma-issuehan og kuan citation.